Malaysia and Cambodia. President Xi, let me just break it to you. Those folks have no money at all.
How does he know? 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 How does he know?
If Malaysia is so poor, why does it look like the future? And why are millions of Americans borrowing money just to buy groceries, while Malaysians enjoy affordable living, modern infrastructure, and one of the highest qualities of life in Southeast Asia and the world? In this video, we're debunking O'Reilly's claim with cold, hard facts and showing why Malaysia isn't just thriving but outpacing expectations. But before we dive in, I want to give a huge shout out to my amazing Malaysian fans watching this video. You guys are awesome. This one's for you.
Malaysia got to be one of the most underrated countries I've ever been to. Why did no one tell me about this mall? This might be the best mall in the world. As you can see, it looks absolutely beautiful. You can see the massive buildings behind me. Just check out this area here. They have a Shake Shack there as well. There's a literal park on top of the mall. These guys are living in 2050 while we're all living in 2025. It's the kids' play area, and I don't know what that building is, but it's absolutely massive. This mall is a different level of luxury. Just take a look at this cinema. Different screens they have. What the hell is that? That's like some like Tokyo themes. Bro, this is a different level. Real life animals inside the mall over here. Just look how nice this mall looks.
But Malaysia's progress isn't limited to its shopping centers. It's a reflection of the country's broader economic success. Malaysia is a leader in Southeast Asia for infrastructure, technology, and quality of life. In fact, Malaysians enjoy a relatively low cost of living compared to many developed nations, allowing them to live comfortably without the same financial pressures faced by people in countries like the US. Case in point, a Lending Tree survey from April 2025 revealed that 25% of Americans are now using buy now, pay later loans to finance groceries, up from 14% in 2024. Even more alarming, 41% of those borrowers admitted to missing payments, showing just how difficult it is for many Americans to afford basic necessities amid rising costs and interest rates. Meanwhile, Malaysia subsidizes essential goods like fuel and food, ensuring affordability for its citizens and reducing the kind of financial strain we're seeing in the US. So while O'Reilly insists on labeling Malaysia as poor, the reality tells a completely different story. This isn't just about fancy malls. It's about a nation that builds sustainably and has a high quality standard of living for its people. Malaysia isn't poor, it's thriving. And if anything, it's setting an example of what modern development looks like. Something that even some so-called developed nations could learn from.
The Malays aren't going to buy your stuff. They don't have any money. The Malays don't have any money. This is coming from an American who, let me tell you, is not very popular with us at the moment. Let me tell you this, right? He's clearly never seen Malaysia. He's definitely never been to the likes of KL, because otherwise he would see the Malays and the Malaysians have a lot of money. So, here's another fact for you, Bill. Malaysia isn't just Malays. It is a diverse society. It contains the Malays, it contains Chinese, it contains Indians, Tamils, and Boomies. I think you need to get your facts right there, mate. They are all Malaysians, but not everyone is a Malay. And they have plenty of money. You need a trip to KL, mate. You can't be saying these kind of things and just have no clue, you know?
So let's talk about Malaysia's economy. Now, according to the World Bank, Malaysia is classified as an upper middle income country, with a GDP per capita around 12,000 US dollars in 2023. That's higher than many countries around the world. So when O'Reilly says Malaysians have no money, he's clearly out of touch, and frankly, it reeks of prejudice. And it's not just numbers. Just look at Malaysia's thriving retail sector. From luxury malls in Kuala Lumpur to bustling night markets across Penang, Malaysians are spending billions annually on consumer goods. In fact, Malaysia's e-commerce market grew by 20% last year alone. That hardly sounds like a population struggling to afford basic necessities, right?
Chinese President Xi Jinping is going to Vietnam, Malaysia, and Cambodia. Hey, President Xi, let me just break it to you. Those folks have no money at all. Okay? They cannot help you. They're not going to buy your stuff.
Now, moving on to the heart of O'Reilly's comment, his suggestion that Malaysia cannot help China. Let's unpack why this statement is ridiculous. China is Malaysia's largest trading partner, with bilateral trade exceeding $170 billion last year. Malaysia exports key commodities like electronics, palm oil, and petroleum to China, while importing machinery and textiles. Does this sound like a one-sided relationship where Malaysia has nothing to offer? Not quite. And then there's the Belt and Road Initiative. Chinese investments in Malaysia include massive projects like the East Coast Rail Link, a $10 billion infrastructure development connecting Malaysia's east and west coast. These projects create jobs, boost Malaysia's economy, and strengthen ties between both nations.
China is no longer buying American beef. They're buying beef from Australia. China is no longer buying oil from the United States. They're now buying oil from Canada. China is no longer buying American soybeans. They're now buying soybeans from Brazil. China is no longer buying Boeing airplanes. Xiamen Airlines actually just refused to accept a Boeing airplane that had just arrived in China. They're now instead buying Airbuses from France, or they're expanding Comac, the Chinese indigenous homegrown domestic airplane brand, which they just signed a deal to sell several Comacs to Malaysia. So what's happening is the entire world's system is shifting. China can basically buy everything that America sells, except for semiconductors, from other countries. The United States can only buy antibiotics, refined rare earth, iPhones, computers from China.
During Chinese President Xi's state visit to Malaysia from 1815 to 17th, a total of 31 MOUs and cooperation agreements were signed between the two countries. These agreements span a wide range of strategic sectors, including trade, infrastructure, digital economy, artificial intelligence, education, agriculture, and media collaboration. Among the notable agreements were collaborations on the development of AI, enhancement of digital infrastructure, and initiatives to boost agricultural exports to China. Additionally, both nations agreed to extend their mutual visa exemption policies, facilitating easier travel and promoting people-to-people exchanges. These developments underscore a shared commitment to fostering economic and diplomatic ties, positioning both countries for collaborative growth in the coming years.
You're not going to buy it. Okay? You're not getting Chinese takeout either in Kuala Lumpur. You're barely eating.
This Chinese takeout only cost me less than $4. We barely eating? Explain this. This is not something we're proud of, but explain this. This. And Kuala Lumpur ranked number 10 as world's best trending destination in 2024. We have the best curry in the world. Read this yourself. Centered around eating. People in Malaysia are definitely not barely eating. So O'Reilly,
Bill O'Reilly is just ignorant for saying Malaysia is a poor country that can't help China. The facts say otherwise. Malaysia isn't just thriving, it's a key player in global trade with over $100 billion in annual trade with China and a booming role in industries like electronics and its semiconductors. While many Americans struggle to afford groceries, Malaysians enjoy affordable living, modern infrastructure, and a high quality of life. Malaysia isn't poor or irrelevant. It's proof that progress and prosperity are possible when a nation invests in its future and its own people. Let's stop underestimating countries based on outdated stereotypes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another upload. Let us know in the comments, what do you think about Malaysia's development? And if you've been there, what surprised you the most? See you in the next one. Bye.
You're not getting Chinese takeout either in Kuala Lumpur. You're barely eating.
Are you sure about that?